Hey you guys, how are you? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Come on in and get motivated on today. What's up, you guys? Come on in and get motivated on today. Hey you guys, how are you? I hope you guys are having a lovely morning. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Can you tell me where you're watching from in the chat? Tell me where you're watching from. Are you in Mississippi? Are you in LA? Where are you watching from? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know where you're watching from. All right, so I am live and we are going to talk a little bit about blockages. All right. If you are new to my channel, hi, how are you? How you doing? My name is Lady Q Inspires and I am here to encourage you and motivate you. I just came from my morning run, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm here to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you. I'm a big advocate on spiritual warfare, a big advocate on trauma, a big advocate on childhood trauma. A lot of things that I'm an advocate on, all right? If you see the description in my comment section, you'll see some links that you can hit. And if my platform has been blessing you, if my ministry has been blessing you, make sure if you want to send a love donation my way, you can do that, okay? The Cash App, CA is #cheese quality, okay? But let's get into it, y'all. Hey, y'all, what's up? Who we got? Queentown, okay? Hey, Dania, how are you? How you doing? I'm glad that you caught a live. All right, so the healed woman, you'll see a lot of me talking about dating advice and stuff like that. So we're going to get into that. But this is a season where you need to check your blockages. You need to check your blockages, okay? Check your blockages. Check your blockages. Yesterday, I was on TikTok and I spoke about how God is still blessing you even when you're going through stuff. Like, God is still in the blessing business. He's still in the blessing business when you sin. He's still in the blessing business with everything going on in your life. He is still going to bless you. It doesn't matter who's trying to plot against you. It doesn't matter who's trying to slander your name. It doesn't matter. He's still going to bless you. But today, I need you to check your blockages. Check your blockages, okay? There's many things that's going to try to block you as you elevate. There's many things that's going to try to block you, okay? There's many things that's going to try to stop you from being successful. And this is all a tactic of the enemy, y'all. The enemy will always try to block what God is doing. The enemy will always try to block you from moving to the top. But you gotta ask yourself, what is my Egypt? What is blocking me? Why every time I climb a staircase, I end up falling back down? Like, what is blocking me? What am I doing so wrong, right? You got to check your blockages, okay? Check your blockages. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Come on in. Come on in, all right? Come on in. Can you just let me know where you're watching from? I'm doing great. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know. I may have to sit down on this one, you guys, and we're going to start. We're going to start. We're going to start. We're going to start. We're going to start, all right? Okay, check your blockages. Number one, every new level brings new resistance. Every new level is always going to bring a new devil. Every time you level up, it's always going to be a new devil that's going to try to block you. It's always going to be a new enemy that's going to try to stop you. It's always going to be a new hater that's going to try to stop you. Like, we all know who our haters are, but it's always going to be a new hater, right? It's always going to be like a new warfare. It's always going to be like that. Every new level brings new resistance / devils. You know how people say every new level brings devils? Every new level is going to bring that. But you got to recognize, what is it? Like, who are these enemies? What am I doing to bring these enemies, right? So I'm all about warfare. I'm all an advocate on warfare. I'm all an advocate in motivating you. But I do know how spiritual warfare can come in effect. All right, every new level is going to bring new resistance. You have to realize that. You can't cry about that, right? You can't always be upset about that. You know, as you rise, when you're chosen, when you're anointed, it's always going to be the enemy that's going to try to stop you. Always. It's always going to be a person. It's always going to be a habit. It's always going to be a thing, okay? Every new level brings new resistance. Number two, not every blockage is external. Not every blockage is external. So not every blockage is a person. You know, some blockages is sin. Some blockages, it can be habits that you keep doing. Some blockages, it can be too much food you're eating, right? It can be something so simple, okay? It can be you be addicted to a specific candy that you don't need to be eating all the time, all right? So not every blockage is external. I want to stop and pause and say, the things that I speak about, I speak a lot about warfare. If you're not comfortable with that, you can unfollow me or just get off my live, because I am a speaker on getting through spiritual warfare. I'm also a speaker on trying to be more powerful, okay? So I'm not just a motivational speaker. I'm a speaker that will really advance you to grow into your power. Especially, you can't walk around and say that you're chosen. You can't walk around and say I have anointing and stuff like that, not knowing that it's always an adversary that's going to be after you. It's always the enemy that's going to be after you, all right? But you got to check your blockages, okay? Not every blockage is external. Not every blockage is external. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a habit. It can be a thing, all right? Number 3, your Egypt can't go where your God is taking you. Where God is taking you, you can't bring everybody along. Everybody is not going to be able to come where God is taking you. Where God is taking you, you're going up. So you cannot bring everybody with you. You can't. You can't bring everybody with you. Sometimes you can't bring your mama. Sometimes you can't bring your father, right? And sometimes you can't bring your sister. You can't bring people where God is taking you. You just can't. Right? You can't bring your Egypt can't go where you're going. What is your Egypt? Your Egypt, it may be a bad habit that you keep holding on to. That's why you can't be successful. Right? That's why you can't be successful. Your Egypt may be something simple. We think in our Egypt, maybe it's, I said on TikTok this morning, I said maybe your Egypt is a pack of M&Ms. You too addicted to M&Ms, right? Meaning that if you have a business call or somewhere that you gotta go, you need M&Ms so badly. Maybe it's chocolate. It could be something so simple. It could be simple. We're thinking it's serious, but it could be something so simple. Your Egypt cannot go where you're going. And sometimes what we do when we elevate and when we try to be successful, we try to take our Egypt with us. You know, that's just like maybe you have a problem with drinking, right? And, you know, not everybody, you know, okay, you have one drink, but maybe you have a problem and, you know, maybe you get a business call somewhere. You say, oh, I'm going to get drunk the night before. You try to hold on to that habit, not knowing that, no, elevation requires elimination. Right? You got to eliminate some stuff. You know, that's why a lot of us, like I said, we climb a staircase and we fall right back down because we're taking our Egypt with us. Your Egypt can't go where God is taking you. Number 4, elevation requires elimination. I was going to get there. Elevation requires elimination. You're going to have to eliminate a lot of people when you go up. When you go to the top, a lot of people got to go. You know, if it's your mother, she got to go. And I'm just speaking facts. If it's your father, he got to go. If it's your sister, she got to go. Anybody that's holding you back from getting successful, it doesn't mean that you're rude. It doesn't mean that you are evil. No. But many people are going to call you evil for doing this. Many people are going to call you rude for doing this. Many people are going to act like that you think you're better than them. No, you just know where you're going. And if you're stopping me from, you know, from where I'm going, you can't go with me. You know, you can't go with me, right? Elevation is going to require elimination. Sometimes elevation requires you to be lonely. It's lonely at the top. A lot of rappers have said that in songs, but that ain't only cliche. It's literally lonely at the top. There's going to be more rejection. There's going to be more haters. There's going to be more people that's not going to like you until those people, until the right people come for you, right? It's going to be that. It's going to be more people that's not going to like you. But you got to embrace that. You got to know that that's confirmation that you're growing. You got to know that that's confirmation that, you know what, God is blessing me for real, right? Elevation is always going to require elimination. If you have a problem with eliminating people, pray about it. It helped me. I had a problem with that, especially if I know, especially if you're close to me. I'm not going to cut you off. I love you. Why would I cut you off, right? Why would I eliminate you? But if you really want to elevate, you're going to see yourself, wow, I have to eliminate a lot of people from my life. Some people that know you, I have history with you, they can't match your speed. That relationship or situationship that you're in, they can't match your speed, right? They can't match your speed. If they don't walk with the Lord, then they out. Come on. I love that. Come on. They're out. They're gone. They're gone, right? You got to be that bold. Like you're moving into a season of boldness. You can't be so weak. You can't be like, I knew her for 15 years. I knew her for 20 plus years. It's like I drop everything to go help her out. You can't be doing that. You're always, like I said, not eliminating people will always have you in a cycle. You will always be in a cycle if you don't eliminate what you have to eliminate, right? If you don't eliminate what you have to eliminate, knowing that you got eliminated, it's always going to leave you in cycles. And then we get to a point where we complain. We be like, dang, I'm not there yet. I've been doing this, I've been doing that. No, you haven't, because you have not eliminated that person or that thing from your life. Elevation requires elimination. That is number 4. Elevation requires elimination. Number 5, stay consistent even when you're blocked. You see, I circle consistent. All right, check your blockages. I circle consistent because that's important. Stay consistent even when you're blocked. Even when you're blocked, you got to stay consistent. Even when you got a hater somewhere, stay consistent. Even if you got warfare, stay consistent. Even if you got attacks coming your way left and right, stay consistent. Stay consistent, right? Stay consistent. Stay consistent even when blocked. I went through something so drastic about 3-4 years ago in my life, and I was going through homelessness. I had to sleep in the car. I was pregnant, taking care of my other baby, and I left my home state from domestic violence. And everybody said I lied, which it was proof, it was proof what happened, but everybody said I lied, and it was so hurtful. I had to go through that. I had to cut family off, right? I had to cut close people off because, they were in cahoots with the man that I left. I didn't want to be abused, right? So I had to go through that, being homeless, doing stuff on my own because I refused to go back. And I had all these accusations, all this slander going on right in front of me, but I stayed consistent. I kept my foot on the accelerator. I didn't do no brakes. I kept my foot on that accelerator and I kept going, right? So you have to get to a point where you be bold. You can't get to a point where you be like, oh, well, I have to please my sister. I have to please my brother. I have to please my uncle. I have to do this. I have to please them. No. It can't be idols. It don't matter who they are. You can't choose people as an idol, right? You can't do that, right? So even when you're blocked from those people, because when you make a choice in your life, people are not going to like it. When you make a transformation, a lot of people are not going to like your transformation. They're not going to like what you're doing because they're used to the broken you. They're used to the you that always was depressed and always drinking and always smoking. They're used to that person. They're used to that person. I'm not judging anybody up here. I'm just saying they're used to the broken you, right? Stay consistent even when they try to block you from growing. Stay consistent. That's number 5. She said, Jesus said that those of our own household, yes, and that's what happened to me. Yes, literally, they would turn against you. If you've never been through something like that, I don't wish it on nobody. But when I say if you ever go through something like that, you better know that you're powerful. You are that much anointed going through something like that, right? So that's it. Number 1, every new level brings new devils. We all know that, but we gotta know it for real. We know it, but we gotta remember it. Number 2, not every blockage is external. Not every blockage is people now. We talked about people, but not every blockage has to deal with people. Maybe the blockages is you. Number 3, your Egypt cannot go where God is taking you. You can't hold on to things. You trying to elevate, you still holding on to things, right? Yeah. Number 4, elevation requires elimination. You're going to have to eliminate people. Number 5, stay consistent even when you're blocked. Stay consistent. I know it's hard because how you going to stay consistent when you don't have no money? How you going to stay consistent when you got $0 in your bank account? How are you going to do that? Right? The scripture that I have for you so you can bask on this scripture is Hebrews 12:11. okay? Let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and let us run with endurance the race God has set before us. All right, Hebrews 12:11, that's the New Living Translation. That's going to save you every time. Just let go. Let go so you can move up. Let go so you can move up. So this is just a little motivation for you. I'm going to get back up here probably in about an hour or so, and we're going to talk about people. We're going to talk about people dynamics. We're going to talk about how, because I just got back from my run, y'all, so I'm not dressed, okay? I came right here and spoke. We're going to talk about people dynamics, how people wanted to see you broken, how you inspire so many people, but they don't want to let you know that you inspire them. How people watch you and monitor you and not understanding why God keep blessing you. How people are dibbling dabbling in new plots on how to get you, right? How to get you again. Maybe your ex is trying to get you again, right? So we're going to talk about that today. This was just a little motivational, short motivational message. Check your blockages. Check what's making you always be in this cycle. Write them down. Write them down. Write them down. Write them down. When you write stuff down, they come to life. You start to get delivered when you write stuff down. All right, you guys. So that's it. I'm gone. I'm going to get dressed and stuff, and I'll probably be back up here later on. If this word or platform has been blessing you, make sure if you want to send a love donation, my Cash App, the Cash App is # She's Quality. She's Quality. All right, spelled how it is. She's Quality, okay? Register for the Healed Woman. Next week on Wednesday, I'm going to have a free topic. It's going to say how to pray for your enemies. A lot of people don't believe in praying for their enemies. A lot of people don't like to pray for their enemies. But this has really saved my life. Okay, how to pray for your enemies. I know a lot of people don't want to pray for. They'll be like, no, if you don't want to, that class is not for you. But maybe you want to join the class for later on in your life or whatever. That could be a blockage too. Maybe you're dealing with so much unforgiveness. You can't move on from what happened to you, from that trauma that happened to you. So next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone is on Clubhouse, and the link is below. Make sure you're shopping on my jewelry website. I have earrings, bracelets, necklaces, hair accessories, and all. You'll see that. All right, you guys. So all the description is below. Check out my page. You always getting prophetic, not even only prophetic messages, but motivating, dating advice from me up here. Factual advice. But I'll talk to you later, you guys. I'm going to get myself ready. I'm going to eat something and get dressed, and I'll be back with you. All right? See you later, you guys.